A soft morning fog drifted through the forest as the human colony slowly woke from its quiet night. The settlement on the planet Asteron 3 had always been peaceful. Families built small homes between the trees, children ran across glowing moss, and every person believed this world was safe enough to call home. No one expected danger, and no one imagined how fast peace could break. A small boy named Aaron was walking near the forest edge, humming softly while picking bright green leaves. He carried a small backpack and wore a jacket too large for him, the sleeves slightly covering his hands. His hair was messy, and his smile showed he had no fear of anything around him. Beside him walked his unusual but loyal companion, a honey badger named Rask. The creature's black and white fur shined under the morning light, and his eyes scanned everything with sharp attention that Aaron never noticed. Aaron trusted Rask more than anyone. The honey badger had been with him since he was a baby, brought back from Earth as a gift for Aaron's parents. No one in the colony questioned their bond. They had seen Rask stand between the boy and danger many times. Even the strongest adults respected this fearless animal. Aaron sat on a small log and dug through his backpack. He searched for a fruit bar but instead pulled out an old toy, a tiny metal starship with faded paint. He giggled and held it up to Rask. "Look, Rask, you like it. You always look at it." Rask snorted and nudged the toy, then moved closer to Aaron's side. His instincts told him something felt strange today. The wind carried a smell he did not trust, a smell that whispered danger. He raised his head and sniffed the air again, muscles tightening. Aaron didn't notice. He continued playing with the toy starship, tracing circles in the air. The forest was quiet, too quiet. Even the insects had stopped making noise. At the other side of the colony border, deep inside the forest tunnel made from old metal ruins, something large moved in the shadows. It crawled slowly, careful not to make sound. Its long limbs gripped the walls, leaving scratches behind. The alien predator known by many species as a night stalker had arrived on Asteron 3. No human had ever seen a night stalker. Most believed they were only stories told by traders, stories too frightening to be true. The creature hunted silently, its body blending with darkness, its tail sharp as a blade, its eyes glowing faint blue like cold fire. And it had only one purpose, to find something weak, alone, and easy to kill. The night stalker smelled a young human, a child. Its hunger grew, the creature moved faster. Rask felt the danger before the predator appeared. His fur rose. His body lowered. A deep growl rumbled from his chest, a sound Aaron had never heard before. The boy froze, confused. "Rask, what's wrong?" Aaron whispered. The honey badger stepped in front of him, blocking him from the forest. His growl became louder, sharper, filled with warning. Aaron finally understood something was coming. He slowly stood up and looked around, but he saw nothing. The trees looked the same. The path looked the same. Everything looked normal. But Rask never growled without reason. Far within the broken metal tunnel, the night stalker stepped forward, allowing a sliver of light to hit its face. Its mouth opened, showing rows of long black teeth. Drool dripped to the ground and burned through moss like acid. It pushed forward, drawn by the heartbeat of the little human. Aaron's breath quickened. "Rask, I'm scared." Rask did not look back. He took another step forward, placing himself between Aaron and the direction of danger. His body was small compared to the predator hunting them, but fear did not exist in him. Honey badgers were known for one thing: they never backed down. Not from lions, not from snakes, and not from alien monsters that thought themselves unstoppable. The forest suddenly shook as a deep growl echoed from the metal tunnel. Aaron stumbled backward. The night stalker finally crawled out of the shadows, revealing its full size. It stood taller than 3 humans, its arms long and curved, its skin dark like stone. Its glowing eyes locked onto the boy. Aaron gasped. His legs felt weak. Rask charged forward. The honey badger sprinted with fearless speed, claws tearing into the ground. He slammed himself between Aaron and the predator, standing firm like a living shield. The night stalker hissed, surprised by the small animal's courage. It expected fear. Instead, it saw a creature ready to fight to the death. Aaron trembled and held onto a tree. He wanted to run, but his feet refused to move. All he could do was watch as Rask faced the terrifying alien monster alone. The night stalker swung one of its long arms, slicing the air. Rask jumped aside with incredible agility, then lunged forward and bit deep into the creature's wrist. The alien roared and staggered back, shocked that something so small could cause pain. Rask didn't stop. He attacked again, claws cutting across the Night Stalker's foot. The alien stumbled but quickly regained balance. Its glowing eyes narrowed with rage. It opened its mouth and screamed, a scream that shook the trees and made Aaron cover his ears. Rask prepared for another strike. The creature towered above him, its shadow swallowing the ground. It struck again, this time faster. Rask dodged but was almost hit. Aaron cried out, his fear echoing through the forest. The Night Stalker turned toward the sound. It saw the boy again, smelled his fear. It stepped forward, reaching toward Aaron with a long arm. Rask roared, louder than he ever had, and leaped at the predator's chest. The honey badger clawed and bit with unstoppable rage, forcing the alien back step by step. Aaron watched, shaking, tears forming in his eyes. He whispered, "Please, Rask, please don't get hurt." The Night Stalker slammed its tail on the ground, sending dust into the air. Rask slid back but stayed standing. His eyes burned with the promise that no predator would touch his human. The forest seemed to hold its breath. The battle between a monstrous hunter and a fearless honey badger had begun, and neither side planned to retreat. The forest felt heavier as the Night Stalker and Rask circled each other. Aaron stayed pressed against the tree, breathing fast and shallow. His small hands shook as he tried to stay quiet, afraid that any sound might draw the creature's attention again. The cold wind brushed through the metal ruins, making soft echoes that mixed with the deep growls from both sides. Every noise seemed louder, sharper, more dangerous. Rask kept his body low, claws digging into the soil, ready to strike again. He watched every small movement the Night Stalker made. The alien shifted its weight, its long tail sliding across the ground like a dark serpent. The creature's glowing blue eyes fixed on the honey badger, full of anger from the unexpected wounds it carried. It had never been challenged like this, never by something so small. The predator hissed and stepped forward. Rask answered with another deep growl, refusing to let the alien get anywhere near Aaron. The honey badger's mind held only one thought. Protect. He had seen the boy grow, laugh, cry, and dream. He had walked with him every day. No hunter, no monster, no creature in any galaxy would take the boy from him. The Night Stalker swung its arm again, this time faster and lower. Rask jumped aside and dashed under the creature's belly, biting at the soft skin near its lower ribs. The alien screamed and dropped to one knee, claws striking the ground. Aaron flinched at the sound, feeling it vibrate through his bones. Rask backed away just in time as the alien's tail came crashing down like a whip. The ground cracked where the tail hit, sending dust into the air. Rask coughed and blinked through the cloud, still focused, still ready. Aaron finally found enough strength to whisper, "Rask, please be careful." His voice was small, but it reached the honey badger. Rask lifted his head for a moment, just long enough to check on the boy. The creature took that chance. The Night Stalker lunged forward with shocking speed, grabbing Rask by the side with its clawed hand and throwing him against a fallen branch. The honey badger rolled and hit the ground hard. Aaron gasped and ran a few steps toward him, but Rask quickly lifted a paw, signaling him to stop. Even hurt, the honey badger refused to let Aaron come closer. The Night Stalker rose to full height, its shadow stretching far across the ground. It growled low, satisfied that it had finally struck its enemy. It slowly turned its head toward Aaron again. Its glowing eyes locked onto the child's trembling figure. Hunger, now mixed with rage, pushed it forward. Aaron's legs went weak. He stumbled back, gripping the tree with both hands. The creature walked toward him step by step, leaving a trail of black liquid dripping from its wounds. Each step felt like thunder shaking the earth. Rask shakily pushed himself up. His side burned. His paw left a small red mark on the ground, but he ignored the pain. All that mattered was Aaron. He rushed forward again, not with the same strength as before, but with even more determination. The Night Stalker almost reached the boy when Rask leaped again, this time aiming for the creature's face. The honey badger latched onto one of its glowing eyes, biting down with all his force. The alien screamed louder than ever, stumbling backward and crashing into a large metal piece from the ancient ruin. Aaron covered his ears, eyes wide with fear. He could barely breathe, but he didn't run. He couldn't leave Rask. The alien tried to tear Rask off its face, but the honey badger refused to let go. He clawed deep into the predator's head, tearing its glowing eye out completely. The creature roared in agony and slammed itself against a tree, trying to crush the honey badger against the bark. Rask released his grip at the last second and jumped away. The Night Stalker staggered, half-blind, its breathing sharp and uneven. Its face dripped with strange, dark liquid that hissed when it hit the ground. The creature was furious now, more dangerous than before. It swung its tail wildly, knocking over plants and breaking old metal pipes. Aaron tried to stay low and hide behind the tree roots, but he could feel the ground shaking beneath him. He prayed silently for Rask to win. The honey badger panted, chest rising fast. He was tired, hurt, and bleeding, but nothing in him suggested surrender. He stepped forward again, growling even though his voice shook. The night stalker crouched low, preparing for one final attack. It studied Rask, its remaining eye burning with hatred. The moment stretched, long and heavy, as both sides prepared to strike. Then a distant alarm sounded from the colony, a loud, repeating warning tone. Someone must have detected the disturbance, or maybe they saw strange movement on the sensors. Multiple lights switched on across the far side of the forest. Aaron could see beams of white light sweeping through the trees. Human patrol units were on their way. The predator heard it too. Its head snapped toward the sound. The creature understood it had little time left. If humans arrived, it would lose its chance to kill the boy. Rage took full control. It spun back toward Aaron, sprinting with a speed that made the air around it shake. Aaron's scream echoed through the forest. Rask ran too, pushing through his pain. His legs moved faster than they ever had. He jumped onto the night stalker's back, clawing deep into its spine. The creature stumbled, losing balance, and fell forward, sliding across the dirt. Aaron barely rolled out of the way, feeling the wind from its fall brush his face. The night stalker thrashed violently, scratching and slamming at Rask. The honey badger held tight with pure will, biting and clawing nonstop. He refused to fall off. The creature twisted its body and slammed its back into a tree trunk, crushing Rask between its bones and the bark. Rask cried out in pain but did not let go. Aaron cried out too, unable to stop his tears. The honey badger clawed the creature's neck one final time before the predator managed to rip him off and throw him across the ground. Rask hit the soil hard and lay still for a moment. Aaron ran to him, kneeling down. "Rask, please get up, please." Rask opened one eye slowly. He tried to stand again. The night stalker limped toward them, slow but determined, its entire body shaking with rage. It looked ready to kill both of them. Lights from the patrol team grew brighter. Voices echoed in the distance. The ground trembled as armored boots approached, but the creature pushed forward anyway. Aaron held Rask tightly as the alien predator took one final step toward them. The forest was filled with the heavy breathing of the wounded night stalker as it limped toward Aaron and Rask. Its remaining eye glowed with cold rage, and every step left deep marks in the soil. Aaron held Rask close, his small arms shaking, his heart pounding fast. Rask struggled weakly, trying to push himself up again even though his body trembled with pain. He refused to let his boy face danger alone. The patrol lights grew stronger behind the trees, but they were still not close enough to stop the creature. Aaron looked back and forth between the approaching monster and the distant lights. He knew help was coming, but not fast enough. The creature reached out with its long arm, fingers stretching toward the boy like dark claws. Aaron squeezed his eyes shut for a moment, waiting for the attack. Rask suddenly pulled himself free from the boy's grip. With the last burst of strength, he stood in front of Aaron again, his legs shaking but his spirit unbroken. A weak growl rose from his chest as he faced the alien monster once more. His fur was dirty, his side bleeding, but his eyes were still filled with fierce determination. The night stalker hissed and raised its arm to strike the honey badger. Before it could attack, a loud snap echoed through the trees as a human soldier's rifle fired a stun bolt. The glowing shot hit the creature in the shoulder, making it jerk backward. The night stalker snarled and turned toward the source of the attack. 3 human soldiers rushed into view, their armor glowing under the forest lights. They held stun rifles, scanning for targets. The leader shouted, "Get the child, protect the child." Aaron stood frozen. A soldier ran toward him, grabbed him carefully, and pulled him back. But Aaron's eyes stayed locked on Rask, who remained between him and danger. The night stalker roared angrily at the soldiers. It lunged forward at the nearest one, knocking him to the ground with its long arm. The soldier rolled away just in time to avoid the creature's sharp tail. The second soldier fired another stun bolt, hitting the creature's leg. The alien staggered but pushed forward with wild fury. Rask ran toward the fallen soldier, barking and growling, trying to distract the creature. He clawed at its foot again, even though his weakened body barely supported him. The predator kicked him aside, sending him rolling across the dirt. Aaron screamed for him. The third soldier pulled Aaron behind a thick tree and kneeled down. "Stay here, don't move," the soldier ordered. Aaron nodded but kept looking toward Rask with tears running down his face. The Night Stalker roared again and charged at the soldiers. It swung its huge arm, knocking one rifle away. The weapon flew into a bush, sparks shooting from it. The creature leaped toward the soldier who lost his gun, but before it could strike, Rask bit into the creature's ankle with everything he had left. The alien howled and slammed its tail into the ground. The hit created a powerful shockwave of dust and leaves. The soldiers stumbled but kept shooting. Each stun bolt weakened the creature, slowing its movements, but the monster was still not ready to fall. It twisted, grabbed Rask with one of its claws, and lifted him into the air. Aaron cried out so loudly the forest seemed to stop. The soldiers fired again, hitting the creature's arm, forcing it to drop the honey badger. Rask hit the ground with a painful thud. Aaron tried to run toward him, but the soldier held him back. "Please let me go," Aaron sobbed. "He needs me." The soldier shook his head. "We can't let you get close, it's too dangerous." The Night Stalker turned toward Rask again, lifting its claws for a killing strike. The honey badger looked up with tired eyes, barely able to move. The creature stepped closer, ready to finish him. Then a new sound came from the deeper part of the forest. Heavy footsteps, not human, something big. The soldiers paused, confused. Even the Night Stalker looked toward the darkness. From between the glowing plants, another creature appeared. This one was larger than the Night Stalker, armored, and shaped like a creature built for war. Its skin was silver with dark stripes, and its eyes glowed bright green. It moved with strange elegance, almost like a predator but more intelligent. The soldiers whispered to one another. That's an Apex Guardian, but those aren't supposed to exist here." The Apex Guardian stepped into the clearing, its eyes studying the Night Stalker and then the humans. It looked at Rask lying on the ground. The Guardian was known across galaxies for one purpose: balance. Wherever predators broke natural rules or created unnatural chaos, the Guardian appeared. The Night Stalker hissed at the new creature, ready to fight, but the Guardian moved first. With one powerful jump, it landed in front of Rask, blocking the Night Stalker's path. The alien monster screamed and swung its arm. The Guardian dodged easily, then struck with its tail, hitting the Night Stalker so hard it flew into a metal wall. The crash echoed through the forest. Aaron watched with wide eyes, holding onto the soldier's arm tightly. He had never seen a creature like this before. Rask opened his eyes weakly, watching the Guardian with curiosity. The Night Stalker struggled to rise again, but the Guardian didn't give it another chance. It pounced on the predator, pinning it to the ground. The soldiers held their fire, unsure what to do. The Guardian raised its head and let out a strange, low sound that resonated through the trees. The Night Stalker froze as if paralyzed. With one final powerful strike, the Guardian knocked the creature unconscious. The forest became quiet again. Only Aaron's trembling breath and Rask's weak panting filled the air. The soldiers slowly approached, shocked by the Guardian's presence. Aaron broke free from the soldier and ran toward Rask. He fell to his knees beside the injured honey badger, hugging him gently. Rask licked the boy's hand weakly. The Guardian watched them both for a moment. It lowered its head in what looked like respect, then stepped back. One soldier whispered, "It saved them, why?" Aaron looked up at the Guardian, tears still falling. He didn't know why either, but he felt something important had just happened. Something much bigger than their small colony. The Guardian turned toward the forest and slowly walked back into the shadows, disappearing as silently as it came. The soldiers gathered around Aaron and Rask, helping the boy stand. They carefully lifted the honey badger, preparing to take him back to the colony for medical care. Aaron held Rask's paw the entire time, whispering softly to him. The forest remained still, hiding the distant sound of something else moving deep inside the ancient ruins. Something watching, something waiting. The soldiers carried Rask carefully through the forest, moving quickly but trying not to hurt him more. Aaron walked right beside them, holding the honey badger's paw with both hands. His small face was pale, and his eyes stayed fixed on Rask as if afraid the honey badger might disappear if he blinked. Rask breathed slowly, his chest rising and falling unevenly, but he was still alive. That was enough for Aaron to keep going. The patrol team followed the glowing trail markers back to the colony. The trees opened up, revealing tall lights that brightened the path. The metal walls of the settlement stood strong, but tonight they felt smaller and more vulnerable than ever. The alarm still echoed across the area, warning everyone that danger had entered their home. Other colonists rushed out of their homes when they saw the patrol team coming back. Some gasped when they saw Rask's injuries. Others stepped back in fear, whispering about the Night Stalker and the strange guardian creature that had appeared. But no one stopped the team. Everyone knew the priority was getting the wounded honey badger to medical care. Inside the colony clinic, white lights shined brightly as the medics prepared a table. Aaron stayed close while the soldiers gently laid Rask down. The honey badger tried to lift his head, but the medic placed a soft hand on him and whispered, "Don't move, little warrior. We will help you." Aaron didn't leave the side of the table, not even when the medics inserted tubes and checked wounds. He watched everything, tears forming again whenever Rask flinched or whimpered softly. A nurse knelt beside Aaron and spoke gently. "He is strong, very strong. He survived things most animals cannot. He will fight." Aaron nodded, but the worry on his face didn't fade. Outside the clinic, the soldiers gathered with the colony commander. The commander was an older woman with sharp eyes and a voice that always carried calm strength. She listened carefully as the patrol leader explained what happened. The creature was targeting the child. The honey badger defended him, and then another creature, much larger, intervened, the patrol leader said. "We didn't know what it was, but it saved them." The commander crossed her arms. "Describe it." The soldier did, mentioning the glowing green eyes, the silver skin, the powerful movements. The commander's eyes narrowed. She looked worried. "I've heard of something like this before," she said slowly. "Old reports from deep space travelers. They call them apex guardians, creatures that maintain balance in nature. They hunt predators that break natural order." The soldiers exchanged uncertain looks. The commander continued, "If a guardian appeared here, it means something is very wrong. Night stalkers don't come to planets like ours. They avoid human colonies. Something pushed it here, something drove it off its own hunting grounds." A silence spread among them as her words sank in. Meanwhile, inside the clinic, Aaron sat beside Rask, holding a small blanket over him. The honey badger's breathing was steadier now. The medics worked quietly, stitching wounds and cleaning injuries. Aaron whispered softly to Rask the whole time, telling him stories of their walks, the games they played, and how brave he was. Rask opened one eye slowly and looked at the boy. Aaron smiled weakly. "You protected me again," he said. "You always do." The clinic door opened as the commander walked in. She approached Aaron and placed a hand on his shoulder. "You were very brave," she said. "Rask fought harder than any creature I've ever seen because he loves you." Aaron nodded. He looked up at her with worried eyes. "Will the Night Stalker come back?" he asked. The commander took a slow breath. "We don't know, but we will protect this colony. The soldiers are already preparing defenses." Aaron bit his lip. "Are there more of those monsters?" The commander did not answer immediately. Instead, she glanced at the medics, who paused silently. Then she knelt beside Aaron. "We will find out," she said gently. Before Aaron could ask more, a loud alarm sounded again, deeper and sharper than before. The clinic lights flickered for a moment. The commander stood up instantly. "What now?" one medic asked. The commander tapped her communicator. "Report." A voice replied through the speakers, panicked. "Commander, we have movement near the east perimeter. Something big is approaching. Sensors can't." The screen flickered again as the shadow passed across it, and every person inside the clinic stared at the image with wide eyes. The night stalkers outside froze too, turning their glowing blue eyes toward the forest behind them. Their bodies trembled, not with rage, but with fear. Even Aaron, young as he was, could feel the change in the air. Something powerful was coming. Something the night stalkers wanted to run from but no longer could. The forest moved like a wave pushing through the trees. Branches snapped, leaves scattered, the ground shook rhythmically. Aaron held Rask's paw tighter as the honey badger slowly pushed himself onto all fours. Rask's breathing was rough, but his eyes were sharp again, watching the screen with focus. Then the massive figure stepped out of the darkness. The apex guardian returned. Its body glowed faintly under the forest light, and its green eyes burned brighter than before. It moved closer, its heavy steps shaking the earth. The night stalkers hissed and backed away, their bodies lowered. The guardian's presence made them shrink like cowards. The commander whispered, "It came back for them." Outside, the guardian raised its head and released a deep, strange sound that echoed like thunder rolling through metal. The night stalkers reacted instantly. Some tried to flee. Some tried to attack the wall again, their fear pushing them to escape anywhere they could. But the guardian charged forward, faster than anything its size should be capable of. The soldiers inside the colony watched from the cameras as the giant creature slammed into the first night stalker, lifting it off the ground and throwing it like a rag. The alien crashed into a tree, breaking it in half. Two more Night Stalkers leaped at the Guardian, claws slashing. The Guardian twisted, knocking one aside with its tail and crushing another with its powerful arm. The colony walls shook harder as the Night Stalkers panicked, colliding with the metal panels in blind terror. But every second their numbers shrank. The Guardian moved with brutal precision, fierce but controlled, as if it knew exactly which creature to strike first. Aaron watched in awe, hope rising slowly in his chest. He whispered, "It's helping us again." Rask growled softly, not in anger but in agreement. He knew the Apex Guardian was not their enemy. Something deeper connected them, even if no human understood it. The commander pointed at the screen. "Open the external guns. Shoot any Night Stalker that tries to break through. Don't attack the Guardian unless it turns on us." "Yes, Commander," the soldiers shouted. Mechanical panels slid open on top of the colony walls, and automated guns activated with glowing red targeting lines. When a Night Stalker tried to leap toward the wall, the guns fired, knocking it back. The Guardian finished it with a crushing blow. Outside, the Night Stalkers tried to spread out, but the Guardian did not allow them. It chased them down, forcing them into smaller spaces, blocking their escape paths. The creatures screeched and clawed the ground, but nothing helped. The Guardian was stronger, faster, and far more determined. One Night Stalker managed to climb part of the colony wall and attempted to break inside. Soldiers inside the clinic braced for impact. The creature raised its claws. But the Guardian grabbed it from behind and pulled it away, slamming it into the ground. Dust exploded into the air. The soldiers inside the clinic relaxed slightly. The commander said, "This Guardian, it's acting like a protector, but Guardians don't protect humans. They protect balance. Something else is happening here." Aaron didn't care about balance. He cared that the Guardian was saving them and that Rask was alive. After several long minutes, the sound of battle began to fade. The Guardian stood injured but strong among the fallen Night Stalkers. Their bodies lay scattered across the forest floor. The Guardian looked at the colony walls, lowering its head as if showing peace. The automated guns powered down. The soldiers lowered their rifles slightly, but none took their eyes off the screen. The commander pressed a button. "Team Bravo, check the east wall. Carefully, we don't know if the Guardian is hostile." "Yes, Commander." The cameras followed the soldiers as they approached the wall. The Guardian didn't move, only watched them with those glowing green eyes. Its breath was heavy and its movements slower now. The fight had cost it strength too. Aaron placed a hand on the screen gently, as if trying to touch the creature. "It saved us, all of us," he whispered. Rask nudged Aaron's leg weakly. The boy knelt and hugged him with gentle arms. "You're still my hero," Aaron whispered. "The Guardian helped, but you protected me first." The commander stepped forward and placed a hand on Aaron's shoulder. She looked at Rask. "We owe your friend a lot, and the Guardian too, but we still don't know why this is happening." Before anyone could respond, the screen flickered again. A new shape moved in the forest, not a creature, a ship. A small scout craft, half broken, its engines glowing dimly. It hovered unsteadily over the fallen Night Stalkers. "Commander, we have an unknown ship entering the area," a soldier said. The commander stepped closer. "Identify it." "I can't, it's not human. It's not even in our databases." The ship landed slowly in the clearing. A hatch opened. Two alien beings stepped out, tall, thin, with dark armor covering their bodies. Their faces were hidden under masks. They walked toward the Apex Guardian, not with fear but with familiarity. The soldiers tensed. The commander said, "Prepare weapons, but don't fire." The aliens approached the Guardian. One of them placed a hand on the creature's head. The Guardian lowered itself in respect. Aaron's eyes widened. "They know the Guardian." The commander nodded slowly. "Yes, or maybe they created it, or control it, or they follow it. Whatever the case, they're not here by accident." One alien turned toward the colony. Its mask glowed faintly, scanning the walls. The commander stepped toward the screen, her expression sharp. "What do they want?" she whispered. Outside, the alien raised both hands slowly, as if signaling peace. Small lights flickered on its armor. A voice broke through the colony speakers, translated into human language. "We seek the child," the voice said calmly. "And the protector." Aaron stepped back. "Me," he whispered. The commander shook her head. "No, they can't mean you. Why would they?" The voice spoke again. "The child with the honey badger." Everyone froze. Aaron's heartbeat echoed loudly in his ears. Rask growled softly, pulling himself up, ready to protect his boy again. The commander looked down at Aaron slowly. They want you, she said, and Rask. Aaron swallowed hard. Why? No one knew, but they were about to find out. Aaron stood frozen as the translated voice repeated its message through the colony speakers. The child with the honey badger. Those words echoed in his head like a whisper from something far bigger than he understood. Rask growled softly, placing himself once again between the boy and the danger outside. His body was tired and wounded, but his spirit refused to bend. The soldiers exchanged nervous looks, unsure of what the aliens wanted or how far they were willing to go. The commander stepped forward and faced the screen. She raised her voice. "This is the commander of Asteran Colony. Why do you want the child?" The alien turned slightly toward the camera. Its mask shimmered before another translated message came through. "Because the Night Stalkers were not here for your colony. They were here for the child. His bond with the honey badger awakened the Guardian. This balance must be understood." Inside the clinic, everyone went silent. Aaron stared at the screen with wide eyes. "Why me?" he whispered. The alien continued. "The Guardian responds only to those who hold pure loyalty. The protector creature, your honey badger, showed extraordinary resistance, enough to call the Guardian from the deep forests. The Guardian sensed the child's fear and the protector's courage. It moved to defend them." The commander frowned. "You're telling us this is all because of a child and an animal?" "Yes," the alien answered. "The bond between them is rare, dangerous, powerful. The Guardian does not follow commands, it follows balance. And this child and his creature have become a center of balance in this region." Aaron stepped closer to the screen, trembling. "We just want to live here. We didn't do anything wrong." The alien's voice softened. "Your honey badger risked everything for you. That kind of loyalty is seen by forces older than galaxies. The Night Stalkers broke natural order by hunting you. The Guardian punished them, but more will come. They will not stop until they understand why the Guardian chose you." The commander clenched her fists. "So what do you want from us?" The alien pointed toward the forest. "We want to take the child and the honey badger to a safe place. A place where the Guardian can explain its connection. If they stay here, more predators will come and your colony will fall." Aaron immediately grabbed Rask and hugged him tightly. "I'm not leaving without him." Rask pressed his head against the boy's chest as if saying the same. The commander faced Aaron. "You don't have to go anywhere. We will protect you. The colony is strong." But even as she said it, the ground trembled again. The cameras shook. A chilling roar echoed from deep in the forest, far louder than the Night Stalkers before it. The soldiers stiffened. Another roar followed, even stronger. The alien voice spoke again. "This is what you face if the child stays. Larger predators have sensed the Guardian's call. They will not stop. They want to challenge the balance." The commander looked at the screen, then at Aaron, then at her soldiers. Her heart said one thing, protect the child, but her mind saw the danger. The colony could not survive endless waves of alien predators. She knelt down in front of Aaron, her eyes softened. "Aaron, this may be the only way to keep everyone safe. You, Rask, and all of us." Aaron's lip trembled. "Will I come back?" The commander smiled gently. "Yes, and we will be here waiting for you." Aaron looked down at Rask. The honey badger stared back, eyes filled with trust. Aaron placed both hands on Rask's head. "If we go together." Rask nodded weakly. The commander stood up and pressed her communicator. "Open the east gate, slowly. Prepare escort team." The soldiers outside moved cautiously as the gate slid open, revealing the wounded forest and the Apex Guardian standing tall among the fallen Night Stalkers. The Guardian watched the opening gate with calm, glowing eyes. It did not move aggressively. It simply waited. Two soldiers helped Aaron and Rask walk toward the exit, while others aimed rifles at the forest, ready for anything. The commander walked beside Aaron. "Remember, you are never alone. We are with you always." Aaron nodded, wiping his tears.